There. I thought I'd show you my finished city. Hopefully this gives you some ideas as you're creating your city in Designer City 2. And in a previous video I showed where I got to, and so there's some things I'll just point out as I go, but give maybe more of an overview in the previous city. If you want to know where I got all the gold to be able to do that, I've also got previous videos that I'll link to in the description. So here's the city overview. I've got this big peninsula in the middle, so with an island to the south where it's kind of like tourist traps and some other kind of important buildings there. And then to the west, I've got this other island with a lot of unique stuff going on. And so we'll start with the island on the west. And this is the space center here. As you can see, we've got the rocket ships and everything else. This was in the last city, so you can have a fuller look at that one in the other video. But I wanted to show you this arcology kind of neighborhood, I guess you could say. I like the idea of it being surrounded by trees, and in nature, be it you've got these really futuristic buildings with these parks here, these towers, this fancy building. Don't know what that is, don't know what it does, but I think it exists in real life somewhere. So that's kind of fun. So you got that one. Then below that, I've got this area, which I call it my Olympic Park, if the city was to host the Olympics, which I believe it could do. 1.4 million people, international stadium, an airport. I think we could do that. So we've got this Olympic Park area there, just kind of broad, good space for people walking around, along with what I guess is kind of like this religious area. So you've got the Hagia Sophia, a synagogue there, and a temple, and pyramid, which is also a kind of temple, isn't it? So that's there as well. So as you move across, so you didn't see my other city, I like to give a lot of space. So you got these tree-lined roads, car parks, things that don't make a city overcrowded. But you see in here just some industrial areas as we go across, going to one of many ports that we've got. And just above that is the military base. And military base, that's kind of fun to build. I enjoyed building that with the naval pier there. I've got this oil field. Not the best thing that we've done, but hey, it's all right. It's something to play around with. Maybe I'll improve that in another city. So there's some more docks there with the industrial area. And as you go down, you've got the airport, international airport here, which I'm really proud of the airport. I think that looks pretty good, pretty full. There's a lot going on there. And then just to the right of that, we've got this kind of city skylines. And if you didn't see the last video, I just talked how I like to put these parks and plazas in between buildings, so there's no kind of skyscraper right next to another skyscraper, just to give a bit of space. Although it kind of looks full, hopefully it doesn't look full and ridiculously crowded. So we'll go to the next island now in the south. And we've got this jungle area here. I kind of wish I'd done more of these. I've done this towards the end, trying something new. But that's kind of a fun little tourist area with, you've got, what's this, the zoo. And the fun fair next to the beach there with some of these big buildings. And if you just go a little bit north of that, we've got this area here where we've got different museums and galleries. You've got some cathedrals, the Taj Mahal. Oh, let's close that. And what's this building here? An opera house. That's kind of nice. And you got the White House, I guess, for the president of whatever city this is to live in. Various memorials, Stonehenge, Windsor Castle, and there we go. What's this? Another cathedral. So you got this big open area here, which kind of gives hopefully a grandiose feel to the city, like a nice hub where people would come both for tourism, but also important stuff gets done there. And as you can see, some more commercial buildings. I've tried to use pretty much every commercial building or every residential building in the game. So you can see here the things that have not used, and then what has been used here, and some have been done in double or triple, some of the skyscrapers, just to fill things out. One of the things I ended up doing is realizing if you max out, so that's an employment building. I think this is, yeah, the condos there. If you max out the residential buildings, it's hard to employ people. So I've kind of left a lot of residential buildings at level 0. So there's another beach there. I want to show you this area over here real quick. As you see, you've got towers and stadiums there. I love stadiums, got lots of stadiums in the city. Got this jungle area here with some beach huts. And then if you go across, you've got this other island. It's kind of a tourist trap with some older looking stuff, like a castle, Roman ruins, Leaning Tower of Pisa. And then we go across some more. Got this secondary beach there. Another fancy stadium. Love that stadium. And this beach here with a lot of skyscrapers and things. And if we go back, if you didn't see it in the previous video, this little square area here where you've got the fun fair and the Freedom Wheel and convention center is kind of my answer to a Disney World theme park type place. And hopefully this gives you some ideas here. As you can see, like these concrete areas and other things just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Got the Statue of Liberty there, must have in the city. And then if we go to the main section, so you've got the farm, and then they got these tree-lined neighborhoods. And so I really wanted to give space to a lot of these neighborhoods here, and got some of these houses where all the rich people live. And then I did a neighborhood here, if you can see, with these are some golf sections, but they're just to kind of give this neighborhood a bit of breathing space, and some of these houses, like a back garden type feel to it. And got this giant park here, sports area here, sports complex. This is the university campus. Talked a little bit about that in the last building, or last video rather. And then this is the skyscraper hub where business gets done. And we've got some of these walkways, concourses, parks, lots of parks. And I think having as much greenery in a city as possible is really good. Then you get down to this section here where you've got, the Colosseum, Sydney Opera House, Eiffel Tower, some other interesting things. So if I go north, I think in the last city build, this wasn't finished. So just kind of added some sections up here where you've got more medium-sized buildings. And this is where I tried some different tree linings to the neighborhoods there. Trying these different neighborhoods because I don't want everything to feel the same, but also not everything kind of radically different at the same time. This is a big shopping area where you can walk around. There we go, got some apartments there. And then finally, just some more sports stuff, followed by the utilities area, going back into the graveyard and the crematorium and all that jazz. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of some things that you can do in the city. If you've got any questions, any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for taking time to watch this video. There will be links to videos on how you can get a lot of gold, the previous city, and anything else that you might be helpful. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.